Well, hello everybody and welcome to Jeff's Baking Blog. Today I'm here with Claire and her potato. Now this potato has a lovely cape as well with a P on the back. It's a super potato. So we're going to be making individual Bakewell Tarts. So a layer of pastry with some raspberry jam and then a frangipane filling with some ground almonds on the top. And for the ingredients for the pastry, I have 300 grams of cake and pastry flour. You could use plain flour. That would be 2 cups and about 3 tablespoons. I have 3 tablespoons or 25 grams of icing sugar. And I have 3 egg yolks, which I've kept cold, and 150 grams of unsalted butter, which I've also kept cold. So they're the ingredients for the pastry. These beans are to blind bake the pastry. Then I have some raspberry jam, and how much you use of that is entirely up to you, and you could use strawberry jam. That's going to go on top of the pastry when the pastry's been baked. And I have 150 grams of ground almonds, 130 which is probably about 2 cups. I have 135 grams, which is 1.5 cups minus a tablespoon of caster sugar. I have 3 large eggs, which would be extra large in the USA, and these are large egg yolks, which would be extra large as well. And I have 100 grams of softened butter. I also am going to use half a teaspoon of almond extract and then some flaked or shaved almonds to go on the top. So we'll put the almonds to one side, and Mr. Potato is very scared of food processors, so he's going to go over there for the time being. And the first thing we're going to do to make the pastry is to put our flour into the food processor. And on top of that, Claire's going to put the icing sugar and the butter. Let me check. That's it. And then we're just going to pulse this until it forms a breadcrumb-like texture. So do you want to press the pulse button, which is that one? So do it, keep doing it, and let go, and do it again. Okay, that's good. And then into that we're going to place our eggs, but first of all I just want to break them up a little bit. Like that. And I have some cold water ready in case we need more moisture, so tip those into there. That's it, just scrape that down. And we're going to mix that on high until it all starts to come together, okay? Yes? Yes. So press the high button. We'll just check that. That is coming together, but I'm just going to drip maybe about a teaspoon of water in there. And another one. So that's come together very well. Can you see how that's clumping together?
Yes.
Yes? Speak loudly. So what we'll do is we're going to tip that out onto our work surface, and we're going to make that into a dough. Now the first thing is I'll take the blade out of the way, like that. And I'll put that over there for the time being. And we just tip this out. And then use your hands and pull it all together into a big ball. Okay, so that's as much as we need to do with that. And then we form it into a shape like this, into a disc. And I'm going to wrap that in some plastic wrap, and then we put that in the fridge for 30 minutes. If I turn that over, you can wrap that up. Good. So we'll chill that for 30 minutes and then we'll come back and we'll roll it out.
We're ready to do the next step, which is to roll the pastry in.
And for that, I think we're going to divide this into 6 pieces. So cut that like that, put that piece to one side. Put those pieces to one side, and this one we want to roll it out to about 6 inches or 15 centimetres, which is this circle here, right? So what we do is press that down like that, and we'll just make sure it's got some flour on like that, so that the rolling pin doesn't stick. And then you take this and you roll it like that and turn it round and roll it more until we get it that size. So that's okay, turn it round. You don't have to press too much, it will work okay. And again. Okay, that looks about good enough, I think. So now what we do is we take one of these and we lift that up and we put it gently on the top and we press it in so that it goes inside. And if it breaks, it doesn't matter because we can patch it, okay? And then we just break off little bits. And we leave some bits like that. So, with your fingers, just gently press that into the side so you can feel that pattern. That one there, in here. Okay, so what we do is we do the same for all the other ones. So the next thing to do is to make the filling for the frangipane, and for that we're going to put the sugar into the bowl and the softened butter, and we need to mix that together until it's nice and creamy. So let me start it for you, because this should be nice and soft like that. And with a spatula, just to get that off there. So now you mix that in for a little bit. Okay. So I've mixed that, and I used the hand mixer because it wasn't coming together. So what we're going to do now is to pour in the eggs, and Claire's going to pour it in just a little bit at a time while I continue to mix. So just put just a little bit in. Good. So that's mixed in quite nicely, and I'll just take this spatula and scrape down the side so we get that incorporated as well. That's a nice liquid. So then what I'm going to do is put about half a teaspoon of almond extract, mix that in, and then I'm going to pour the almonds in and just mix that around. So that's everything mixed in, and we're going to leave that to one side until our pastry has chilled and we're ready to go on to blind bake the pastry cases. So we'll be back with you when we're ready to blind bake. Okay, so our oven is heated up to temperature, and what we're going to do now is blind bake the pastry. Now my sister came up with a brilliant idea, which is to use cupcake cases to line the pastry cases rather than cutting out parchment. And then we're going to put some baking beans in. That they will get hot. And we're going to bake these for about 15 minutes until they're blind baked. Then we'll take them out, we'll remove the paper and the beans, and we'll put them back in for a further 5 minutes, and that will seal them completely. Then I'll come back and we'll go on and we'll put the raspberry jam in and our frangipane filling.
We have blind baked
Yeah.
the pastry, and now we are going to add some jam.
And we trimmed the top of the pastry as well. So what we want to do is just put, we don't need very much, put a little bit of jam in each one, and then we spread the jam over the bottom, which you can do. I'll give you a spoon. don't touch the things because they're hot, okay? So if you just use this spoon and just spread it round like that, that's good. On each one, yes?
Thank you.
And while Claire is spreading those, I'm going to pipe some of our frangipane into it. Okay, so I'll just use this last one. I'll put a little bit more in this one here, like that. And a little bit more in that one, and 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 that one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just spread that a little bit on the top, and you see these flaked almonds, take them and you just place some on the top of each one. And I have here probably about 25 to 40 grams of flaked almonds, but you use as many or as few as you want basically. And we won't use all of these. That's it. Okay, so we're going to put those into the oven, and I think we're going to bake them for about 25 minutes. It's just until the frangipane has cooked. It should swell up a little bit as it cooks, and once it's firm to the touch, they'll come out of the oven. We'll let them cool down, and then we'll come back and show you the results, won't we?
Yes.
Are you looking forward to that? Good. Okay, so we'll be back when they've baked and they've cooled down.
The Bakewell Tarts are now cooked, and now we will have a taste.
So I'll cut one here. That's it. Hold it up first so that people can see the jam in it, and I hold this one so people can look in the close up. Now, have a taste of that.
It's good.
Does it taste nice? Should I have a little taste? Very nice. So that was a good thing to bake, wasn't it? So that's going to be it for this recipe. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please give me the thumbs up below the video and click to subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the top right hand corner of the screen there will be an eye that you can click on, which will take you to the recipe, and I'll put a link to it below the video. And I'll be back with another recipe in the very near future. So until then, it's goodbye from me, goodbye from Claire, and goodbye from Mr. Potato. Say goodbye.
Bye.
And happy baking.